crying has become one of the most misunderstood human responses. From childhood, many people learn, directly or indirectly, that tears are something to be ashamed of. You're told to be strong, to hold it in, to stop being emotional. Over time, crying becomes associated with weakness, immaturity, or lack of control. But what if that belief is wrong? What if people who cry easily are not broken, but deeply equipped? What if tears are not a sign of emotional failure, but evidence of a powerful inner system that most people don't even understand? On The Rare Mind, we explore the hidden psychological truths that live beneath the surface of everyday behavior. And today, we're uncovering the quiet strength behind emotional sensitivity, especially in people who cry easily. This video will challenge what you've been taught about emotions, vulnerability, and strength. And by the end, you may see your tears, or someone else's, in a completely different light.
Subscribe.
To understand why crying easily can be a strength, we need to start with biology, not opinions. Crying is not random. It is a built-in human mechanism designed to regulate emotional and physical stress. When you cry, your body releases tension, emotional overload, and chemical stress responses. Tears contain stress hormones and neurochemicals that help restore balance to the nervous system. In other words, crying is not emotional collapse, it is emotional maintenance. People who cry easily are often people whose emotional systems respond quickly to internal signals. Their bodies don't store emotional pressure for long periods, they release it naturally. While others suppress emotions until they explode as anger, anxiety, or numbness, sensitive people discharge emotional energy through tears. This means they're often less emotionally blocked, less internally congested, more emotionally honest with themselves. Crying easily does not mean you're falling apart. It means your system knows how to unload emotional weight before it becomes toxic. That is not weakness, that is biological intelligence. One of the most overlooked strengths of people who cry easily is emotional awareness. Many people feel emotions without understanding them. They are angry but don't know why. They are anxious but can't name the source. They are unhappy but emotionally disconnected from the cause. People who cry easily are often the opposite. They feel emotions clearly and immediately. They recognize emotional shifts as they happen. They are tuned into their inner world in real time. This heightened awareness is often mistaken for overreaction, but it's actually deep perception. Sensitive individuals don't ignore emotional data. They process it. They notice when something hurts emotionally, when something feels meaningful, when a situation carries emotional weight, when connection or disconnection occurs. Their tears are not confusion. Their tears are clarity. They cry not because they are lost in emotion, but because they are fully present inside it. This level of emotional awareness is rare, and it is essential for self-understanding, emotional growth, healthy relationships, and psychological maturity. People who cry easily often know themselves more deeply than people who never cry at all.
Another hidden strength of people who cry easily is empathy. Empathy is not just understanding what someone is going through, it's feeling it with them, without losing yourself. Sensitive people often cry because they resonate deeply with emotional experiences, even when those experiences belong to others. They don't just hear pain, they feel it. They don't just witness joy, they absorb it. This makes them powerful emotional connectors. People who cry easily are often trusted listeners, safe emotional spaces, deeply compassionate friends, emotionally attuned partners. They can sit with discomfort instead of running from it. They don't rush to fix emotions, they allow them. In a world where many people avoid emotional depth, sensitive individuals bring presence. They remind others that emotions are not problems to solve, but experiences to be understood. Their tears are often expressions of connection, not fragility.
Subscribe.
Here's a truth that contradicts everything society teaches. People who allow themselves to cry often recover emotionally faster than people who suppress emotions. Why? Because emotions need movement. When emotions are blocked, they don't disappear. They transform into chronic stress, emotional numbness, irritability, burnout, physical tension. People who cry easily process emotions in real time. They don't carry emotional weight silently for years. They don't pretend they're okay when they're not. They don't build emotional pressure until it becomes destructive. Their resilience comes from release, not resistance. They fall, feel, and recover. That cycle, feeling, releasing, stabilizing, is emotional resilience in its purest form. Crying is not the opposite of strength. It is often the reason strength is restored.
Many emotionally sensitive people, those who cry easily, are deeply creative or reflective. This is not a coincidence. Creativity requires emotional access. Meaning comes from feeling. Sensitive individuals experience life in high emotional resolution. They don't just see events, they feel their significance. They're deeply moved by music, stories, art, human connection, loss, beauty, truth. Their tears often come from the same place as their creativity, a deep connection to inner experience. While others skim the surface of life, sensitive people live in its depth. This emotional openness allows them to create, express, and understand life in ways others cannot. Their sensitivity is not a flaw, it is the source of their insight. The world often rewards emotional suppression, but suppression is not mastery, it is avoidance. True strength is not the absence of emotion, it is the ability to feel without being destroyed by feeling. People who cry easily have not shut down. They have not disconnected. They have not numbed themselves to survive. They have stayed open in a world that teaches people to harden. That takes courage. If you cry easily, the goal is not to become less sensitive. The goal is to understand and support your sensitivity. You don't need to toughen your heart. You need to protect it wisely. The world doesn't need fewer sensitive people. It needs people who feel deeply, think clearly, and stay human.
If this video spoke to you, it means you see something deeper than most. This is the Rare Mind, a place for people who think deeply, feel intensely, and question what the world calls normal. If you found value here, like the video, subscribe to the Rare Mind, and share this with someone who's been told they're too emotional. Because the truth is simple. Your sensitivity is not your weakness. It's your quiet power. And on the Rare Mind, we don't silence depth. We understand it. See you in the next video.